All right, so we're back, 1 year anniversary, live from the 718 with everything is great. Glad to be back. I was just going across some things and I realized that this would be a year that we started doing this show. And if you remember, after the first conversation we had, the second episode was Simps versus the Thirsty Negro. And basically, it's a year, and we need to reevaluate some things, right?
Okay.
And so I titled this "Should God Answer a Simp's Prayers?" because there's a lot of things that you see is going on in the news, and I want to really go into that, right? So you have the soccer player dude, right, who put everything in his mom's name, which is very almost genius, if I dare say.
Wow. I know some women who would disagree with you, but continue.
Yeah, why would they disagree?
Oh, because he's a bitch ass nigga for doing that.
The mic, right? My mic, I'm getting maybe it's just the headphones. It's kind of loud. They're gonna disagree with us upon that because that's leverage, right? And then anything is leverage. So today, like I said, I really want to discuss the simp mentality, the thirsty guy mentality. And so my first question is, hey Price, if you there, if you can unmute just to let us know if the sound is okay, if everything is on point. If you still there, Price, I see you up there, so just let me know. I got Christina in the building. So today I really want to. Here's my first question, and I'm gonna ask Obsession. If you're a man, right?
If I'm a man.
If you're a man, let's say it's been about, for you, 2 years since you've had a date, not of your own, not of your own. So
I'm an incel?
Yeah, to an extent.
Okay.
Are you a simp?
Can't pull them.
You just can't pull them. And are you technically a simp?
I don't think so.
Okay.
We all hit a dry spell. I mean, I can remember when I was younger, I was moving and shaking in these streets. I had a rough patch or two.
Okay. I do say that. I say men go through droughts.
Yeah, it happens.
Men go through droughts.
What you go? I mean, if you can't get none, you can't get none. So, you got. I think sometimes we forget that we have to step our game up.
There you go. That's the whole point of me asking you that question.
Yeah, I think sometimes, times change, and the way you used to do business, you can't do business that way anymore. I think some of us forget to upgrade.
Reboot the system.
Yeah. But now, I'm a consummate professional. I do it all the time.
So I do it all the time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean, and so I asked that question. I asked that question because, like I say, how many men know how to reboot the system?
I don't know. Shout out to Christina. I see you.
Christina Senatore.
I see you. She got the green on today. All right.
Green for the money and gold for the honey.
All right.
We off and we running.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you're a little loud there. Them beats are working, ain't it? Yeah. It's kind of flushy. Turn your volume down a little bit, Christina. That way. Yeah. So on whatever you're Bluetoothing from, because it's coming in very, very loud. So I don't want it to.
I mean, we could turn her down slightly.
All right,
over here.
turn her down a little bit.
The blue channel.
Right. There we go.
Yeah.
Is that better? So that's fine. Yeah, that's a little bit fine because you were like,
yeah. Loud. So I mean, she good.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Lord Jesus. Father Jesus. So my thing is to get into this whole thing. Hey, Price, I hear you. To get into this whole thing, I've learned within this last year that my comrades, my peer group, have forgot how to reboot the system. and to stay competitive in the dating market. And I think this makes you become, as he would say, an incel, or I would say an incel as well, but an involuntary simp. Because if you're not aware of a lot of female behavior and you try to get a female and you're around a bunch of females, you're going to say simp stuff. You're going to do what simps do. And you're going to look like a simp in front of them, correct?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I think you get to a place where you get desperate, so you become extremely agreeable.
Right. Extremely agreeable.
And we all know that that's a turnoff to a lot of women. Maybe not all, but most.
Yeah, most. And
because I have got way more cooter by being an asshole than I have being the nice guy.
This man said he has gotten more cooter cat.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. I hate to say it like that. See, we're gonna omit the word asshole and we're gonna use direct.
Yeah.
The one thing I learned is if you talk direct to women, their brain goes. It's like they can't even register.
You know,
this dude says something.
It's something they say they want,
right? But
I don't think they necessarily can handle it.
Yo, it rewires their whole system.
Yeah. They say they want it. Like, I just want a guy to be honest. Just say what it is. I can't go for all these fucking games. And then the moment you be like, yo, I just want to smash. You know what I'm saying? Don't really call me like that. And when I leave your house, I'm not going to sit on the phone with you while I'm driving home. Like, you're not going to ride me home on the phone after I just stayed at your house for the night.
Have you said that?
Of course.
Really?
Chris. Yeah. Listen.
And did
I'm telling
hang
you,
out with you after that?
Of course you did.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know you don't know, but I'm that nigga.
Yo, Obsession, yo, this is the 1 year anniversary. Obsession is on his A game.
I'm just saying.
Obsession is on his A game.
I like the 1 year anniversary Obsession.
Yo, he is doing, Obsession is doing the work of the Lord.
Bro. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Oh my goodness, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've lived long enough to know that you don't really get anywhere with women being indirect.
Whew, preach.
You got to just be straightforward, and you have to know that there's a chance that she might not be receptive to you being straightforward, and she may walk away, and you got to be cool with that. You got to be cool with that.
The answer you want, and you have to be ready for the answer you want, and the answer you don't want.
Yeah. Say it how you mean it. Say it with your chest. Own it. Mean it. I mean, when you say it and you mean it just sounds different as opposed to you asking. You know what I mean? Like, if you just roll up on her, like, yo, look, if you just tell her, look, we going out tonight. And when we get back, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. You know, as my Jamaican nigga said, foot on shoulder.
Oh.
I don't even understand what that is.
Yo. Hey, Christina, turn your joint down a little bit more, because it's super like it just turn down a little bit more wherever you're going from with it.
I think you should just turn it down from this side.
I did.
Yeah, you got a whole.
Yeah, that's better. Say it again.
Is that better?
There you go. Because you were like, boom. Yo,
I think it's some headphones, man.
Obsession is on one.
I'm keeping it a buck. I have, like I said, let's go back to what I said in the beginning. I have gotten way more cooter being 100% honest than I have beating around the bush.
I would say that. Literally. Let me muddy the water with what he said. That definitely works if the woman likes you. If you're cognizant that woman likes you, then I agree with him wholeheartedly. Right? But if you're on that like mid-plane, then
well, I mean, okay. I get what you're saying, but let's go here, right? When you initially meet her, you already have to be brimming with confidence.
Now that I agree with.
That out the gate.
That I agree
right?
with.
So you can't kind of sidle up to her and then try like, hey, do you mind? Hey, what's your name? Or come with some slick shit. You just have to kind of own it from the gate, because she's going to be receptive to that. If you do not, if you pull up with half stepping, just a little bit, or just not really sure yourself, she can sense that shit. And whatever you say, if you're direct, it may come off as creepy and not confident. So you have to start from the gate. Like, you just got to be fucking confident and don't be afraid of rejection. That is a lot of men's problem.
That is the problem in itself. I tell men, me and Christina talk about this. Me and a few people talk about this. I think me and you talked about this. Let women choose, guys.
Yeah.
It's not about you when they're making these. Trust me, women have the most peculiar taste. They will find any reason to like you, and they will find any reason not to.
But
so why don't even be like, how can I say? Don't even be insecure about it. If she doesn't like you, she doesn't like you.
Excuse my burping if you hear me over here. I'm sipping my cognac and Coke.
It's literally that simple. A woman will. I've seen women be like, it'll be a misplaced hair. Something's wrong, but then he might have the sneakers that they like. Then he's God, right?
Well, you know what? I can't fault them because I am quite similar.
Okay.
Like, if her feet jacked up, we ain't getting nowhere. Like,
put
if
on
she,
some socks, girl.
You better put a footie on, because this is not going to work. I mean, if she got them knuckles on her shit, like she been wearing shoes that's too tight, it's not going to work.
Make love to her in the dark.
I can't look at them motherfucking feet, bro.
Make love to her.
I can't. Like, and I'm sure that they have some, things about me that they may not like, and I'm cool with that. Like, you have your preference, right? You like what you like,
right? Yeah, that's definitely.
But I've tried to go against that in the past, and what ends up happening is that I'm not physically attracted. I can't get aroused, and then it becomes a thing where like where they're arguing with me because we're not having sex, and I'm like, Ma, you know what I'm saying? Well, I can't do your feet throwing up gang signs. I can't do it.
Hey, ladies, outside of look, I'm different from obsession. I am I'm an objectivist. If I see a woman with some jacked up feet and I need some, I'm like, damn, girl, where you get them Timbs from? I'm gonna just make her feel good about her.
I'm cool, brother. I'm all the way cool.
I'm like, damn, girl, you got those Timbs? These are my feet. Oh, my bad.
I can't do it.
So
I'm with it. I'm with that.
Well, hold on, Christina. Tell us some of the things that turn you off.
Okay.
When you see something on a guy that you just be like, this is a total deal breaker. We're not getting any further than this conversation.
Well, I'll tell you something. I know something physically. Andre knows what I'm going to say, but I know something personality-wise. If we're out and the person is rude to any of like the wait staff or anyone that's dealing with us, that's complete turn.
Right. That's one for me. Well, be nice to the help.
Absolutely.
That's for yeah.
I was a waitress. I was a shampoo girl. Like, I was, my family's in the service industry. Would not. That's terrible. If you have really, really bad teeth, I can't do it. I can't.
You mean breath or teeth? I know breath is an automatic for you ladies. That's.
Yeah, I mean, you can't kiss, you can't get close, you don't want anybody talking to you. It's like, come on, man.
No, like, you have to have them. Number one, you have to have your teeth. That would be good. And they you know what I mean? You have to have some kind of, not perfection, but you have to have some kind of hygiene. That's important.
But what if he have them and you be like, where your teeth? And he be like, they in the jar over there.
Oh!
Well, the hockey players keep their teeth in the jar. They take them out.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah. Teeth. I don't know if I have anything in particular.
You do. So
I think she's being coy.
Yeah. Because women, how can I say?
Christina's still dating, so she don't want to jump out there with too much.
Christina don't want to put her business.
She's always thinking about who may see this.
Right. Yeah, Christina's playing it safe.
I did have a date today, though. That was fun.
Okay,
all right.
How did your day go?
It went.
Tell us about it. How'd it go?
Second date.
Where'd you go?
We went to a place on Long Island for brunch.
Okay.
It was good.
What'd you have?
Hey, Christina, could you turn your camera over so we could see him in the bed? Not just.
What'd you have for brunch?
I did like a grilled chicken salad. You know, nothing too crazy. You know.
And what did he order?
He ordered the same thing.
Oh, that's a bitch move.
So neither one of y'all ordered off the booty side of the menu.
That is
so
a bitch move.
He couldn't hold you.
I'll have what she's having. I'll have what she's having because I know he let you order first. Ladies first. Oh, give me the chicken. You know, I'll have this, and then he's like, you know what? I'll have what she's having.
I don't think it happened like that.
Hey, girl.
Don't make
Hey, girl.
Yo, this guy is losing his mind over here, man.
How you doing, girl?
Andre, this would be a great time since Obsession's in a good mood. He can agree to take us all to that brunch place.
Yeah, well, that's.
Oh, you want to go to Imani's?
You want to go to Imani's, man.
All right, you can bring your date. Hey, girl.
Hey, Price. If you're there, Price, as an OG triple double triple OG double, as an OG Price, if you're there.
Damn, you made that nigga sound like he 100.
No, but as an OG,
as an OG triple OG triple OG
double triple.
God dang.
But how can I say? Okay, how about this? You're happily married, correct, Price?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so do you feel the need now? Mind you, me and you are both of the same mindset. We talk on the phone and we exchange these ideas, right? But are you of the mindset, even that you're happily married now, right? And that you've been through the fire with your woman, right? Do you feel like you still have to reinvent yourself to keep her? Or do you think is, signed, sealed, and delivered? She's not going anywhere. Y'all used to y'all situation. What do you think?
Oh, most definitely. You got to continue to evolve.
Right.
You're going to get bored, so don't get complacent.
Right. Do you think she looks at you on a daily basis to see if you still have that fire in your eye to go out and kill the bear and climb Mount Everest and then come home and hug her when she's right, smack her when she's wrong type thing? Or what do you think?
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, because mine will still be kind of willing, like, hey, man, what's up with you? If the edge is not there, but we had a communication scheme which would be like, yeah, you're different. What's going on?
Right.
Yeah, I think you have to. Being married, how long you guys been married?
It'll be 30 years this November.
Oh damn! Yeah, you got to keep that spicy, but hold on. Let's give him another round of applause. 30 years. My condolences, brother. My condolences.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's all good.
I'm just kidding.
I can take it, bro. I'm here.
I'm just messing with you, man.
I know, no offense taken, bro. But I did want to come in.
No. You see now.
This is all.
Now I understand why he don't talk too much. He's standing in the back with the rolling pin.
Hey, Price. Hey, Price.
I just got hen-house ways. So
he said, "I just got hen-house ways." See, you know what? God. She taught him that.
So here's my thing, right? And this is why I named it "Should God Answer Simps Prayers," right? For men that has been out of this game, or to me, should have men. Okay, men who do not have usual encounters with women, men who do not have frequency of even conversation with women, dates with women, even the affection of women, right? Is it kind of too late? Because me and Obsession been saying for a year how much this thing has morphed into something else, right? How many, because like a lot of my peers, I'm telling you, like they don't have a clue. And we're talking about dudes in their 30s. You know what I'm saying? Their 40s. And you just be like, yo, what are y'all talking about? Say it again, Christina.
I don't think it's ever too late if you realize what you're doing, good, bad, or indifferent, is not getting you the result you want. But people
okay.
May know, this isn't whatever this is. It's not working, but they don't know what to do to change it. But then it's putting your ego on the side to be like, all right, what else do I need to do?
Well, I agree to a certain degree. Yeah. Some people have to know that they need to change, but sometimes you are too far down the rabbit hole.
I agree with that.
That you have to change.
Yes.
Like you may just ruin. Okay, all right. Let's say on another note, like let's say it's an older guy, and he's been fucking up his whole life, right? His money's not together. He never really got that in tune with the ladies. If he's in this dating market, if he's in his late 40s, early 50s, it's too late for him to get it together.
It's too late. Thank you.
It is too late because, and I'm gonna say that because dating to a certain degree to a large degree, is extremely transactional at this point.
Thank you.
Average people who make average money and live average lives will not accept average in their dating life.
Yes.
So if you are a certain age and you are making average money, you are deemed unacceptable. You don't make the cut. I'm disqualified from these criteria to a certain degree because I'm not 6 feet tall. And that's like out the go. You got to be 6 feet tall. You got to make 6 figures. And, these bitches be like 200 pounds.
Yes.
And 5'2", you know what I'm saying? And got 6 kids from 5 dudes. Like, and they still have all these high demands. So just imagine a guy that's older and never really got it together. It's a wrap. And on the flip side of that, in my opinion, if it's a woman and she's been living this really promiscuous life, because for the most part, women care about a man's future and we're concerned with a woman's past. Woo! So if she was out there in them streets and we deem her, she belongs to the streets.
Yep.
It's pretty much over. Like, I don't care how fly she is. Once we know that that's what you are absolutely for recreational use only.
Community vagina.
That's it. Like, you will never be taken seriously.
Philanthropic vagina.
But that's what's going on right now. So the dating market is absolutely insane right now.
Listen, let me take it one tier higher than that, right? He said it's transactional. And he's absolutely right. And Christina, so let me ask you a question. Is it too late for Andrew Dice Clay to turn it around, Christina? And you know who I mean by Andrew Dice Clay.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the real.
No.
Say it again.
No.
Be honest, Christina.
I honestly, I don't think he has the ability to do that.
There you go. And you know why he doesn't have the ability, Christina? Because he was born at the worst time. He was born because he's my peer, 2 or 3 years younger or older than me. But the reason why he was born at the wrong time is because when I was in high school, and I've said this all about this before, when you graduated, I remember you had to have a 2-way pager or a sidekick to get a chick.
Yes, sir.
That's all you needed, right? And then as you get older, then it's like he says, the potential, right? But then let's just say you getting by as a guy. But then you get into your late 30s, and now we have this invention of social media that everything is in line sight. Everything. Your competition, your fake competition, right? This aspirational, magical thing that they promote to you that you can't deal with, right? So now he's stuck in sidekick. You know what I'm saying? And he don't understand that these chicks is like, bruh, your hair is like Andrew Dice Clay.
And he's not open. He's not open to something different.
Right. And he's in a literal time machine. But here's another problem with him.
That must have been the best time of his life.
Right. And the truth of the matter is, Christina, and I hate to say this, right? But the fact that he never had vagina has really messed him up.
Ever?
Because he hasn't. Honestly, I want you to objectively, if you look at the video, objectively look at all the conversations me and him had and tell me you could say that man has had a woman's comfort? I want you to be objective about it.
No.
If you take all the data I gave you, huh?
No.
Exactly.
I don't think he would be able to get a large range of different women. No.
So, as Obsession, who once called me food and beverage, right?
Oh my God.
On the a year ago when we were talking about how many times I've been ghosted and when I was a simp, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, here's the concept of that makes sense, right? When I was in grammar school, I was the fat nerd. I'm still a nerd now, right? I'm just not heavy set no more. When I was in high school, freshman, sophomore year, I was the fat nerd. Couldn't get a woman to piss on me, let her know on me, right? But you know what happened? I always wanted women. And I remember saying to myself, I'm going to go to my grandfather's house and I'm going to lose all this weight. And I did. I lost 75 pounds that summer, right? Yeah, I'm saying. So I lost 75 pounds that summer. This ain't giving me a clap. But listen, so
I know I gave you the applause. I didn't give you the clap. Pause.
Okay, it wasn't called that. But it wasn't until my senior year till I really started to endeavor in women. But you know what, Christina? The fact that I always wanted women and I put in that work to get women.
But
right, hold on.
He wants women too.
But he's not 19, he's not 17 like I was then, right? This is what I'm saying. So look at it. I wanted women, I couldn't. So I lost weight, right? So then fast forward into my 20s, right? No, forget the 20s. Fast forward into my 30s, like when Obsession called me food and beverage, right? You know how quick I made the adjustment once I realized what I was doing wrong? Remember the story. I went out with this Argentinian chick. You know what? Take that back. San Salvador chick, as she used to say, and in LA. And this time she sat me there on North 3rd Street in Koreatown in one of the most expensive restaurants and told me about this dude that she was dating outside of me who I thought I was dating her. Right? So you know what I did? I remember I told Obsession what I did the next time I was in LA and she texted me, Andre, what you doing? I just ate. What you doing? You want to go play pool? Like I ain't want to, you know what I'm saying? You see how quick I made that adjustment? So the point I'm making is grooming and pruning is such an art form that men have to put into their toolbox. You have to adjust, right?
Well, you have to have flexibility. You have to, otherwise you're more rigid and you're not open.
There you go. You know? There you go. There you go.
Maybe that has
exactly
to do with intelligence or, you know, to a certain extent.
And it also has to do with knowing the objective, right? And knowing the objective and knowing that you are, no matter whether you like it or not, in a competitive dating market.
Oh yeah.
Right? There's no way around that. You are entrenched in blood sport. I'm a little bit different. I have a different moral compass. Like I would never sleep with another man's woman. But guess what? You slip up on your woman if you want and see what these men gonna do. You know what I'm saying?
What your man got to do with me?
Bro, you know?
Oh, you got a man? How long you had that problem?
So I'm gonna ask Obsession a question, which let me ask, okay. I've asked him this question on the phone. I asked you, Christina. I think I even asked Price this. Should guys, let's say like Obsession, successful, hypothetically, we're just gonna use Obsession as the archetype, right? Successful, articulate, well-versed, and a man of multi-talents. Would you say you're a jack of all trades and a master of all?
And I've mastered them all.
And he mastered them all, right? Should Obsession, since he has all of these things in his toolbox, right? If he wanted, should he like endeavor in more than one woman? Because more of these average guys, when they get these women, they can't handle these women. But should a man who really kind of like knows how to handle them, like kind of like have privy to have all of them, as many as he wants? What is your take on that, bro?
Ah,
I know that's a question nobody want to answer.
boy. Well, honestly, I'm going to say it depends.
Okay.
I can tell you this, like, my lifestyle is really hectic. It's busy all the time. Like, Friday we were filming, yesterday we were filming, and then I had a ton of client work after the fact. When I get some downtime, the last thing that's on my mind is running around with women.
Okay.
When you strive to be successful, that's usually what's top of mind.
I agree.
Okay. And you would want someone in your corner who brings you peace.
Okay.
Women.
Say it. Don't hold back. Say it.
They're chaotic.
Woo! Thank you.
Jeez. Not all of them, but enough of them.
Hallelujah, Father.
Not all of them, but enough of them. And, I've found personally, on a personal level, that women usually try to compete with my work. They see how passionate I am about the things that I'm into. Mm-hmm. And for some sick reason, they need to know that they're just as or more important to me than the things I'm into. And they end up trying to compete.
Is that the insecurity of if he makes it to the mountaintop, he don't want me no more?
I don't know what it is, bro.
Okay.
I sometimes they just need to know that you will walk away from all of that. If they need you to.
But you know what the contradiction of that is? If you weren't in that mindset, they wouldn't see nothing.
They wouldn't even be interested. They wouldn't even be interested if I wasn't on my grind.
Man.
For the most part. Some women, they like a fixer-upper. Some women. Those are usually and those are usually women who like to be in control because they know a guy that's on his game, they can't really control him. The idle threats that they use to control, like a Pookie or Ray Ray, that don't work with me. Like you threatening to leave, or you're not going to cook, or you're not going to do. Like I'm not get by.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Did you see?
Some of them are just trying to feel like they have to have something because you're so passionate about your work.
Nope.
I'm not making excuses.
Know.
I'm just wondering. Like,
no, I'm just telling you.
As important as you.
Well, I mean, the truth of the matter is, my work is more important than
100%. 100%.
They will never be as important to me, ever.
Let me say this real quick, Christina. And this is ladies, please forgive my honesty. See, we talk about this all the time. Me and Obsession, Christina, me and you talk about this. If I'm walking down the street, there will never be a Mercedes CL55 with a beautiful woman driving and say, "Hey, Andre, you look like the nicest guy."
No.
Do you want some vagina? No. Right? And so the difference is that, and I know women gonna hate me for this, men live a consequential life. And time is of the essence. So it's like, especially when a man really gets into what Obsession said, as I like to say, playoff mode, right? Like, yo, everything is centered around my success. Everything is centered around what I have to do, right? We understand when that hourglass run out, right? Like, are you really truly happy if you didn't succeed? You ever hear, listen, one of the best lines of all movies, Bronx Tale, there's nothing worse than wasted talent. Right? And so what happens is, see, women always have a security blanket, and it's called vagina. Right? But a guy, there is no such thing as like a average, below average, C- on a report card guy that a woman is really just gonna drag into like success. Like that's movie stuff, right? That's not really reality. So, and that's just the thing. No man has ever worked at Burger King and handed a woman her burger and fries and had that woman say, "Oh, I see the goodness and the potential."
No, she has never leaned over that register and said, what time you get off, Dre? I'm coming back to get you.
I'm telling you. So it's like, so what happens with men, especially if they understand what's at stake, then they go into this mode, right? Because I'm gonna tell you, with me, I'm not going to be with me. I cannot be truly happy if I'm not at that place where I want to be.
Yeah.
And women don't really understand that. Women think like they will be our happiness. No, women are the icing and we're the cake. Like, so if I'm fully formed and I'm at that place where I want,
yes,
now
sir.
she's the icing.
There you go.
Because now as a man, I feel I've accomplished something. You understand where I'm coming from?
And here's the next thing. For it to work, for it to be successful, and they're gonna hate me.
Uh-oh.
No.
She has to like you a little more than you like her.
Let me. Shit. Yo, 1 year anniversary obsession has gone to the mountains.
She has to like you a little more than you like her.
Yes.
Because if it's the other way around, she is gonna find you incredibly annoying,
smothered.
She'll be like, you ain't the game ain't on. Why are you call? What your friend? You ain't got no friends to go hang out with.
I had a beautiful woman. I had a beautiful woman give me an example last week. A beautiful woman said, Andre, if we were dating and you said, I'm just going to leave your job and I'm coming over to me, I would be like, no. Right? Because don't come to me. You know what I'm saying?
Especially with no resources.
Exactly. Listen, so I'm going to make it a little bit more plain. And Lord Jesus, I know I'm going to pay for this. But basically what he's saying is, you better not give no woman no leverage. Because that's all that is. If, like you said, if she likes you a little bit more, then there's always leverage.
Yeah.
Right? And see, now here's the thing. Now, this is man talk. This is where the responsibility of men comes into play. If you know you're the stronger vessel, if you know you have leverage, then it's your responsibility to use that power in the rightful way and not destroy said, especially if you know that woman cares about you.
Yeah.
You understand?
Right.
That leverage is a powerful thing.
Absolutely.
Because now, once again, I always make it plain for women. Because, you know, a lot of women hate the fact that we are the stronger vessel. But it's the truth in most cases. Now, but here's the thing. Like I said, if I'm dating a beautiful woman or if I'm married, if we go to the grocery store and I had to get 4 gallons of water, am I making her carry that and I carry the loaf of bread? You know what I'm saying? But if you know you're the stronger vessel, you carry that part of the load. You understand what I'm saying?
So
and it's the same thing with leverage. Go ahead.
So do you think that, I guess it's just a different view or ideal, that the woman may be more apt to think you can have that driving career and you can have that relationship and it's all kind of all the same, and men feel like, no, I gotta be on my purpose, and then the other things come. It has to be mutually exclusive. The woman, the relationship. Like Obsession said, no one's going to be as important as my drive to succeed, or something like
right.
that. But
right.
I mean, my kids, but I'm kind of doing it for them as well.
Of course. But it's like the one is interfering with the other. Does it always have to interfere? Is it a given? If you're focused on the woman, you can't be focused on the purpose.
I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
I think the problem is just the fact that they feel that they need to compete. It's going to pull attention away from me being on my A game. And to compete in the world, I need to be my best self. Right. I can't take time out to constantly reassure you that I care about you. Mm-hmm. You need to just know that I do.
There you go. And I'm doing this because I care about you.
Exactly. I think when you get into your 40s, you get into your 40s and 50s, the goal at that point is end of life, right? Getting to end of life comfortably.
Facts.
Right. So you're thinking about, how do I have the best senior years? right?
Yes.
Without someone else taking care of me or living in a nursing home or whatever, or not having to lean on family members. So your mind is, I got to put this money together.
Yep.
I got to make sure my investments are right. I got to
Yep.
make sure my property, everything's together,
Yep.
so that I'm comfortable later
Yep.
on in life.
Yep.
I can't spend those years, because those are the last of your good years. Your 40s and your 50s, those are the last, and that's the tail end of it.
That's the tail end.
Okay. Especially in your 50s, that's the tail end of it. So you have to get it right. So you can't spend time, baby. I do love you, baby. You know what? I'll do anything. No.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Okay, I got to do what I got to do. Either you're gonna be here when I get off work or you're not.
Church.
That's it.
What up, y'all?
Church. Hey, what up, Chris? What's going on,
Chris?
brother?
What's going on, man?
Hey,
Hey,
Chris.
chilling, man. Hey, how you doing, Christina? What's up, brother?
What up, bro? Your phone breaking up, I think.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I get you now. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, I was just I just jumped in. I didn't know what the topic was.
We basically, this is a year anniversary from the first show when we did Simps versus the Thirsty Negro, right? So I named it Should God Answer Simps Prayers, because after I did that show up until now, I noticed that a lot of my comrades and a lot of my peers, a lot of them haven't had women not only in a year, you talking about 4, 5, 6, and you see how uncomfortable they are when they see women. And should they have, now listen, every man, listen, there's nothing more how can I say, nothing more makes you a man than a woman, right? Like, meaning, just understanding that a woman makes you feel like a man, especially if you're masculine and you're heterosexual, right? Nothing makes you feel more like a man than a woman, right? So a lot of these guys' lives feel incomplete. Even when you're around them as a man, you kind of feel, it's you kind of feel their aura, that they're missing something. You know what I'm saying? And Sonny Boy, you could tap in. So yeah, it's kind of like you feel like they're missing something. For real. You hear it in their conversation, you hear it in their approach. Yo, true story. A chick that I be around, she showed me that a guy that me and her know, they went on a date. And she said when they went on a date, that the dude was like, yo, I'm just gonna try and get my stuff together so we can be a couple. And she wasn't even like she looking at him like, nah. And then he was like, da 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 da. So the next day she just dubbed him. She stopped texting him. And then 2 days later, he was like, so you not just gonna answer me? You know what she said? She said, oh, my bad, I was out drinking. What? I said, you just said that to him? Like, you didn't even lie and say I fell asleep.
I was having a good time.
I was just out drinking. The whole time I'm
mean
texting
nothing.
you. Right, exactly. I'm texting you, girl. What you doing? How it smell? No, I was just out drinking with my man.
I didn't see the text. That's some bullshit, because everybody's phone is either 2 feet away or in their
They
hand.
doing them comforting lies, man. They do those comforting lies. The women, when they lie,
let's go in, Chris.
It hurts. It hurts the most, because you know how they want us to be honest and tell the truth and all this bullshit. They really don't want that. But when
they don't want, say it again. They
really don't want that. But
they
when
don't.
they lie to you, though, that shit hurts 100 times worse, because women normally express their emotions and they good with that. It's raw and it's real. When they lie,
yes.
It's like, why? Like, why would you do that?
Well, you know, Chris, I think partially that was Chris, right?
Yep. Yeah.
I think partially it's because us as men, we expect our women to be better than us. We expect them to be considerate, even when we know we ain't doing what we got to do. We're surprised by it when we find out, damn, you're capable of doing this. You're capable of taking it. And that's why it's so impactful. It's like, damn, you're almost floored, because we absolutely expect our women to be better than we are when it comes to things like that.
I tell dudes all the time, I say, y'all don't want to hear this because y'all listen, my mother to this day, love her to death, right? Love my dad. He's no longer here. Married couple up until his death. But I tell dudes all the time, you don't understand something. Women are nurturers, but they are not empathetic. Now, if they care about you, then you get the empathy. How you doing? If she don't care about you, you can have holes in your shoes. She gonna put glass on the cement. It doesn't. Women are not empathetic like that. They don't care. We talked about this before in the She Don't Care show. They don't care if you got a half a leg, your mom had a glass eye and a leather vagina. They don't care.
Nope,
they like you.
That shit is ammunition when they argue.
Exactly.
Your glass eye leather foot mother.
Your mama with that mustache. They don't care.
Mm-hmm. Sure will.
They do not care.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a fact. So it's like,
do the men care?
Yeah, yo, men are more. Okay, Christina, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
And this is objective.
Okay.
Who is more? You see me talk to men, right? Sometimes I bomb video them or sometimes I record them. Yes. Who is more compassionate, empathetic with other men who are not getting women than me?
Nobody.
Exactly. I'm gonna sit there and be like, bro.
I have to say, you are absolutely brilliant when it comes to when you're talking to them and like empowering and working with them. Like it's amazing. It's like a real
right.
I'm gonna take it a step further.
Go ahead, Obsession.
Men are nicer than women.
100%. 100%.
That's a fact.
We are
100%.
You know what? Even if we don't like a woman, right? Okay, we started dating and we realized that it's not going to work.
Yeah.
We won't even be like, you know what? I don't like your feet. I don't like your face. I don't like your attitude. We'll just be like, you know what? It's just not working. Let me just, it's not you. It's me. We'll put it on us just to not give you an ego blow. We just want to slide on out and that be the end of it. But you all,
I'm telling you,
women are not that nice.
Look, the first go-to, not you, Christina, not in your culture, but especially in black culture, the first thing they go to, that nigga shit was small anyway.
Yeah, you little meat motherfucker.
I'm telling you.
But it's a good rebuttal. It's a good rebuttal to it, though. I still hit, though.
Listen. They'll tell you in a minute.
Like, I know you ain't talking about me, bitch.
I'm telling you.
I had you calling me meat.
Hey, Sonny boy, what you gotta chime in on it, bro? Hey, Sonny boy, you there?
Yeah, my thing keeps going in and out, so I was just listening.
Oh, it's all good.
Pause.
Oh, it's all good.
Pause.
This thing's crazy. But listen, no.
Crazy.
What Obsession, I didn't want to say it like that. I kind of did by saying we're more empathetic. But what Obsession is true. We are just nicer. We are. I'm gonna be honest with you. Say it again.
I think that's what I was gonna say. Not to cut you. I think that's what I was gonna say.
No, it's all good.
It's more on the page of like how he was saying empathetic. It's not so much as empathetic as when you're problematic, everything becomes a problem, and then when it gets to an issue where it's so much of a problem, I end up they end up not liking you. That's why. And then it gets to the page to where now you little dick small minded, all this other shit. Because it's like I created so much things about you in the first place, and then now that it comes to a head, I could just tell you everything that I feel. And
100%.
if you can get a female that's non-problematic, see, a lot of times we be talking about submissive and stuff like that. I think we need to change up the words. If you say non-problematic, it makes a whole difference. So all the things that you can think of that could create a problem for a man, it's kind of going out. But if it's a page where, if as a woman, if you could think of everything that can not create a problem for a man, then you would be a better woman. No matter if you got 100 bodies or you got no bodies. If you meet a man and you can create no problems in his life, he'll really start feeling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Totally
peace.
agree.
It goes back to the peace thing.
Bring me
what I'm saying?
peace.
And
But
when it
I'm
comes
gonna
to
say
saying
this.
things, just
Uh-huh.
because you can doesn't, we teach the kids, just because you can doesn't mean you should. You don't
Yeah.
need to let
Right. I
everybody
mean,
know everything you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Everything you're thinking, it's unnecessary. It's
but I'm about to the Lord.
feeling.
The Lord put a word on my heart, though. You know why men are nicer? Because men know what men have to go through on a daily basis to survive, right? See, and Christina, and stop me if I'm lying, right? But here's the thing. I can sympathize and empathize with the grind obsession's going to do to be successful because
Absolutely.
I'm in the same grind, right? But here's the thing. A woman get that purse, she on Facebook let the whole I got Chanel and you don't. Right? Women get that red bottom. I got in you don't. Ooh, I love her. All that, stuff, right? And you see, men, we're competitive. 100%. If I'm in the gym with Chris in Houston and he do 10 pull-ups, I'm gonna try to do 12. But at the end of the day, we use that to motivate each other.
Yeah.
Y'all get the person, be like, I got it.
Yeah.
No,
now I'm independent of you.
Right.
You're doing it to stick it to somebody else.
There you go. So shout out to your ex-colleague for that, because that's my point. You see it. You see it in that person.
You knew I was thinking that.
Right. And that's what I'm showing you. A man ain't really trying to do it. Like, yo, if you on the grizzle, that's why they say you never show a hungry man your plate. If you know you in the bottom, we grinding together. Yo, if obsession, if I'm a real dude and obsession says, yo, how did you lose weight? It's my goal to help him lose weight.
Absolutely.
To better himself.
Absolutely.
Right? I don't want to stay in shape and not help him not be in shape.
That's right.
You understand? So that's the difference. We see things like we understand the grind. We understand, like obsession said.
Unless you're kind of evil-hearted, you know what I'm saying? Unless
exactly.
You're spirited.
Exactly. And like obsession said, when you leave your house, it's what? A 12-round fight. So most men understand that 12-round fight. You understand? So I think that's what makes us more compassionate to each other and just nicer. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, like you say, we don't do the toxic rejection, right? For the most part, men just don't do that, right? But with women, I'm telling you, if the line of demarcation starts and begins with if she likes you. If I send Christina a dozen roses every day and she don't like me, yo, why is
she's calling the police?
Yo, he's stalking me. How did you get my address? But if I like it, she tell her girl, oh, he's so persistent and romantic. I got roses. Look at this. I got roses here.
Calling the police.
Yeah, it's the line of demarcation begins and ends with if she likes him. Men, we kind of like, yo,
You're 100% right. You're 100%.
So, Joe, you saying that don't work anymore?
What do you mean? What don't work anymore?
The stalking.
It ain't never worked. You know that. He just talking shit.
Hey, Price. Hey, go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Let me put these points out, because a lot of stuff y'all.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
About the drought and the season.
100.
I'm just saying, I don't think there's anything new. It may become a little bit more evolved and more extreme, but I can remember sometimes in the past that controversy, that was a sign of engagement. And I'm not telling you what I think. That's just something I ran on some. I had some successful encounters that started off controversial. So I would push back on that.
So you hold on. So give me an example of what you mean by that. I'm trying to absorb it.
Okay, you out with a group of friends. Like I say, the landscape and environment has changed. But
right.
It's a group of guys, and you a friend of a friend, or you brought along a friend, and then you interested in somebody, and then she brought along some friends, and then you just had that one that give you the stank eye, or just give you all kind of attitude. But that's her way of communicating interest. I've seen that.
So
I've seen it happen before.
That's true. I've gone through that. I mean, not in a really long time, but I've gone through that.
Oh,
Well, I
so
mean,
give me an example. So make it clear for me, Obsession, what he's saying, because you said that's true. So what
Okay,
is,
I was at an industry party.
okay.
There was a chick who every time I looked up, she was cutting her eye at me like this motherfucker. She was
Right.
giving me that look.
Right.
You know. I'm sorry.
Yup.
I'm just.
This nigga is hilarious.
I'm just saying. This is look she
Yeah,
was
that's what
giving
she
me.
said. Okay.
Okay, and I went to another event and she was there as well.
Okay.
Right. We ended up next to each other by the bar.
Okay.
And I just started making small talk with her.
Okay.
Come to find out, she was feeling me.
Right.
Right, but she just didn't know how. So she reverted back to that sandbox bullshit.
Right.
And was just giving me the stink eye.
So with him telling me that story, Price, you're saying just energy, period. If the woman gives you that energy, just energy.
right. And maybe she don't know how to disperse it or whatever. And I'm just saying all that because it was the opening point was about seasons and droughts. Sometimes you may be going through a drought because you didn't recognize the opportunity.
Oh, okay. So you see, I can get with that. I can get with that.
Yeah.
That's 100%. Me and you talked about that. If you don't have encounters with them, you don't understand the signals they're sending you.
Well,
Boom.
practice.
Because women will choose. They will send the kite.
And
Listen, man. Go ahead.
now I was gonna say that segues into another point because you like, okay, man, some guys it's too late for them in the game, and I'm like, but that
100%.
But that's what I'm saying. And then I think Christina she just hit it on. How you gonna win if you're not even gonna play? You got to go out there. This is sales, man, and you're selling yourself. So you got to at least try.
Can Michael Jordan dunk? Can Michael Jordan dunk at 60?
Well, I mean,
So
of course
then
Probably, but he dunked at 25.
that man ain't dunking at 60. Why? Because the game, the time has ran out on that part of the game. You gotta be lathered. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be lathered with it at a certain age in order for you to make them transitions. I'm telling you. That's why it's very.
All I'm saying is you got to be. The further you go without. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying the further you go on without playing the game, the more challenging it's going to be. So you're going to have to either switch something up and have a miracle, or you're going to have to compromise some standards. And
Yeah.
I think they
call
call
Yeah,
that,
you got to get that ring rust off.
When you say playing the game, like how old? Like at what age do you stop playing the game though?
No, you play the game till you get tired. I mean,
Well, the rules change as you go along because
right.
the early part of the game,
shit.
for the most part, you kind of control by your loins, and the saying goes, he wins until you're 40, and then he still win, but it's not a blowout.
Right.
there you go. That's a word right there. Yeah.
That's a word from the Lord.
That sounds like this sounds like a recipe for a person that's gonna be old and got to have somebody watching them and ain't got nobody there for them.
Not really.
What do you mean?
He
Because
basically
he
saying
said
that
he said it doesn't have to have an age limit on it, or it ain't no time limit whenever you feel like giving up. Some people try to stay in the game forever, even like how you brought up Jordan, right? Some people try to stay in the game even when they know their time is up. Like God, we always talk
Yeah.
about delusional women. Like
And
you
look
know
at
your time is
Jordan
up. You
though.
know the dudes that really be hitting you up is dudes that you don't want. It's not the dudes that you actually want. You ain't got no Chris Brown dudes hitting you up, but you're acting like you are. In reality, it's on the page. If you need to really get out of the delusional stage, understand where you at in life, and try to find somebody that's gonna match your fly, whether you male or female. And then it gets to a page on that. Like
not
having it on the
reality.
page where, like when we say like, oh, I just want to play the game, or I want to do this and this and that. There's finances when, as a man, there's finances, but behind that, you actually start losing more. People think that it's cool, but it costs money to have to deal with several different females at one time.
Absolutely.
That's true. That's true.
That's true, but I can tell you right now, my dad, he's still playing the game, and he's well into his 60s. That man is just a maniac when it comes to women. And
That nigga out there giving
he's
them
gonna
that civil
keep
rights
getting it
dick.
because that's just the type of person. Some people just got that shit, bro. Like they just got it.
Listen, man. Listen, he put some paint where it ain't.
My dad,
He
my dad
Mac-a-licious,
is an
baby.
older father. He just had a baby. What? When I was already well into my 20s. My dad
That
is
nigga
one
giving
of
out
those
that
people.
that civil rights.
He's not gonna ever get married. He's not gonna get married. He is a true player. He's a true player.
That nigga said all the buildings in Houston are fall.
That
This
nigga be
pimp
walking in
standing
there
tall,
with the
Yo,
Black Panther tam on.
This
Yes,
man is crazy when it comes to it, man. He's just one of those dudes that's just never gonna stop playing the game. And he may die alone. He don't
He be
care.
sliding up on there. He be like, you know, I knew Martin Luther King, right?
Now here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, Chris. Is he comfortable with the result at his age? Like, is he comfortable saying like, "Yo, I'm gonna play until I fizzle out and just fall out"? You know what I'm saying? Is he comfortable with that?
Yeah, because his lifestyle, he's always on the move. He's always doing something, even at his age right now. Like we got good genes, so you know he's a referee. You know, this is his retirement job. You know, he referees all types of sports, so he's always on the move. So the only thing that's gonna force him down is age. You know, and health problems and all of that. He stays pretty active. So he don't live a lifestyle of boredom. You know, he's always moving. He's talking to different people. He's networking, and that's just the type of person that is. And
well, shout out to your pops, man.
Listen,
always be there for him. It's just
and that's the thing. If as long as he's comfortable with the result of that, then like play on. Like
I mean, shit. Look at Al Sharpton.
Shit,
what is his lady like? 30-some years old.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on
I mean,
note, I have a meeting with my accountant, although I would love to stay longer. But happy anniversary.
By accountant, she means the guy she went on a date with.
Go ahead. No, by accountant, I mean the real accountant, who I used to was my first boyfriend back in the day.
See, now let me tell you something, right? This is why we don't believe you, Christina.
About what? No, I really
don't. Hold on. So, this is why we don't believe that you got a meeting with an accountant, right? Hold up. Hold up.
He called and we were on.
It is Sunday,
yes, sir.
Yes.
April 16th.
What time is it?
At 6:33 p.m. Who in the fuck got a business meeting on a Sunday at 6:30 p.m.?
I'll tell you. So when I was on the date today, he called me because he was my first boyfriend from when I was
side piece called him.
Okay.
Oh,
so he was my
first boyfriend.
And his wife was my best friend at the time, and they ended up getting married. So we're very close. So I
get it now. Tax season is the code word. Okay.
No. But anyway, I'm his worst client.
So his wife doesn't get suspicious.
No, it's not like that.
So he'd be like, I'm coming over to do your taxes. So that's for his wife not to get wise. Oh, okay.
The bedroom
he told his wife he got to go over some figures. We gotta go over some figures. I gotta go over some figures, baby.
I'll be right back. Oh, you know Christina I knew Christina since I was sticking it. 16.
At least I'm dating now, right? Remember the last time we spoke? It's been like 17 years.
Right.
All right. Coochie cobwebs. All right.
That's it.
Coochie cobwebs.
Look.
Coochie cobwebs.
Did you just blow?
Huh?
Did you just blow the cobweb?
Yeah, he blew out the cobweb.
Oh man, she gonna bust a nut. Powder gonna come out that pussy.
Oh, God.
It's gonna be like the LeBron out this motherfucker. Like,
He's out of his mind today.
Your obsession said carnation milk is about to come out of your vagina. That is disgusting. Oh my God.
You gonna do the LeBron?
I'm not even gonna. You should have ended on the song right there. All right, that was much better. All right, I love
you said you got a
guys.
Charlotte's Web tattoo above your face.
Have a nice night. Bye.
Oh my God.
I mean, all right, Christina, you go get that ass tax.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
do them
We're
taxes.
gonna go look over some
Goodbye.
figures. 32, 46, 32. Oh man, but yeah, y'all. You know, the whole gist of this conversation was just hey, being able to identify this because a lot of our brothers in our 30s and 40s are locked out of the female dating market. I've seen it now, and at a rate, man. I know one dude I know, and it's not really his fault. You can tell that's just I don't want to say he's on the spectrum, but we'll just say that. Like, yo, this man done invited my homegirl to every wrestling event for the next 3 years.
Oh, he's wild.
Like, so he'll go, are you free on March 32nd for wrestling? No, I'm rearranging my sock drawer. Okay. Are you ready to go to SmackDown? It's in August. I think my father's gonna die that day. It's just like, yo, and he just don't get it.
Yeah, he's wilding.
Yeah.
And
why would you be inviting her to some shit like that if she didn't tell you that that's what she's into?
Exactly. And he's done invited her to the last 30 of them.
You want to come with me to Comic-Con?
Yo. And so that's one. Then you got another guy who lives in a fantasy world and makes up these women that don't exist and then tell you why he doesn't want to date them. And you're like, well, if you didn't want to date him, why did you go through all that to go to get her? And then he'll tell you, well, you know, it was just, I'm just hard to deal with. And you just like, bro,
what
are we talking about?
That's crazy.
What are we talking about?
That's wild.
And it's like, and I want it, and he's one of the guys that I refer to Christina with, because Christina seen that, you know, I showed her a dialogue me and him had where he just kind of admitted all of that shit he said was a farce, and that and I was just like, bro, you know, the point that I'm making is that, you know, yeah, like in order to be men and successful, you have to recreate yourself. You have to groom and prune, add stuff to your toolbox. You know, one thing about me is, you know, I was showing somebody yesterday how much weight I had gained during the pandemic, and I wasn't eating like that. I wasn't, you know, I got what I needed, which was rest, but I wasn't eating like that. And then I had to start and rebuild my body brick by brick by brick, right? And you understand that, you know, I always tell women, even though they lie, I be like, listen, I can't, at my age, if I was my father's age in 2023, right? So let's say I'm 45. Let's just say I was 45 in 2023. I can't have a Caesar I can't have an afro with the crown missing. I can't have the pot belly and be shaped like a plumber and think I'm going to be competitive.
Nah.
In this dating market.
Nah, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
True story.
You understand? So when you understand that, you start to put things in better perspective. When you take self-inventory of yourself, I always tell men, after the age of 35, look in the mirror every day and say, what I got to work on? Because if you don't worry about it. As soon as you walk out that door, there's going to be a woman right there to critique you. Ooh, you gain weight. Ooh, your breath stink. What type of sneakers are those? Ooh. So if you don't,
she gonna hit you with one of those.
Right. If you don't take care, if you don't look in the mirror and say, man, I did put on a little weight. Yo, is it time for me to shave my head? Yo, blah, 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 blah.
Yo,
if you don't.
You have to, man. You know, my barber was a personal trainer. And I have a standing appointment. I go to the barbershop every week, every Saturday. And when I started to gain weight, it started to bother me going to sit in that chair, and this big chisel motherfucker is cutting my hair. And I'm just looking in the mirror and I'm just getting fatter and fatter. It bothered me week after week. He was a reminder that I wasn't on my grind. Just to see him like putting that work in every week, like he constantly in the gym, he eating right, he doing all the stuff he's supposed to do while people are coming in there, he giving the meal plans. And here I am sitting in the chair, you know, like another week has gone by. Me saying, okay, this week, I'm going to start this week. I'm going to start this week. And before you know it, 2 months went by, and I'm just getting heavier. I got tired of seeing him be that reminder, and finally got on my grind.
Yep,
And I think sometimes as men we need that.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah, got it. Sometimes just it being in our face is enough. Nobody has to say anything. It's like, all right, I'm not doing the best I could be doing for me. I
Right.
got to step my game up. And when you feel better about yourself, everything in your life, just the food tastes better, you walk better, the car feel like it rides smoother because you feel better about you. And that comes across in doing business, that comes across in dealing with women, that comes across in just you as a person every day. You're just more pleasant to be around just based off your self-esteem because you feel better about you. So that is important. And I think a lot of times, especially when it comes to dating, some of these guys, because they know they're not at their best, they don't feel 100%. They don't feel that security. They're not confident enough to go out there and talk to women because we already know how hard it is just to get a response from a woman, that a favorable response. We can get a response, but a favorable response.
Right.
So, when you're confident, you come across in a different way. Your hello is different, and people
Yeah,
can pick up
baby.
on that.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, for real.
I can
Hey,
attest
I yeah.
because I had
Who was saying something? Oh, that's Chris. Go ahead.
oh yeah, my bad. So
No,
when
you
I
good.
was personal training, um, it was important to, stay in shape, stay in the gym, stay disciplined,
Yep.
and all of
Yep.
those things because you are your product. You are what you selling. And
Yeah.
not only that, I had a network, so I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't I couldn't be the odd man out. I'm a trainer. I don't look the part, but I'm talking all this health and fitness bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. I mean,
and
this is
that.
what.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, and there was times, I fell off and
Mm-hmm.
and got distracted with certain stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
having that network. They tell you, listen, man, you need to get back in the gym. You need to get back to who you are. You know what I'm saying? They
Mm-hmm.
check you on that shit. They don't want you to fall off. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of us, at least a lot of awkward younger men in our age bracket, they don't have a network to keep them on the path like that.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, and you know what? And I think that's another show,
Yep.
Chris. But
Yep.
I think that that's our fault. I
Yep.
think enough of us don't mentor younger men.
Yep.
All right. I think sometimes, not all the time, we see them as a problem and we dismiss them.
Yeah.
We see them in the street acting up, talking crazy, doing whatever.
Yep.
We don't engage. We just want to, like, what, I ain't got time for the young knuckleheads. I just want to be about my business. I got shit to do.
Right.
And when they don't have anyone there to guide them, the problem just gets exacerbated. It just gets worse, and the community gets worse, and then we have these things that become the norm. And it's kind of our fault. So that, like I said, that's another show, but I think that's something we should tackle in the future.
I agree.
But we as the OGs in the hood, we could do a better job at talking to some of the young dudes.
Yep.
Agreed.
100%, man. 100%. This is a video that y'all like and share this video, y'all, because y'all saying some good things. I want men to really once again, before I had to go use the restroom, you got to take self inventory in every way because this world is just, I'm telling you, it's unforgiving for us now. It's unforgiving. Chris and Sonny Boy Italian and Price, like I always say, the one thing that woke me up is one day I realized, like, yo, there's a special place for Andre if he fell, and it's called the street
Yeah.
or the park bench.
No one is coming to save you.
Right. And like I'm telling you, Club Street. And so if you don't take all these things and understand that it is tantamount to make yourself better. Like something has been on my mind all day. I'm like, yo, man, like I got my paper up, but I'm like, yo, I'm at the point now. I'm like obsession. I'm at the point now. I don't want to work for no one any longer, right? So I have a goal. and let's see if that works by the end of the year. But like I said, I want to get back into what I was doing before I made the stupid decision of falling in love with a woman and getting married and being a victim of marriage fraud. But when I was traveling the world and just doing this fashion thing, like I'm telling you, one of the things I have to deal with, I'm telling you, like, is looking at TV, and I ain't gonna say no names, but like people that you see with Nike now, and I was like, I was dressing all these niggas, right? And I got that. Sometimes it just smacks me in the face.
Yeah.
And you know how I lost all that? By giving someone leverage over me, letting them tell me that there's going to be purple stars and blue mountains and green clovers and
blue diamonds,
and I'll be with you if you had nothing, Andre. And
bullshit.
And if what would like I was telling Obsession to say, yo, let me tell y'all something. I was telling Obsession this a month ago. That same person who said to me, I'd be with you if you had nothing, is the same person that said to me, what type of grown man ain't got $2,000 in his bank account? I said, the same man you abandoned. The same man you begged to marry you with nothing. Right? And that person said that a long time ago, but it woke me up. That person also that person also said that to me when they asked for a divorce, right? That person said, I went to Hunter, you went to FIT. And you know what I said to that person? You ain't tell me none of that when we were dating. Right. And when you wanted to marry me. Right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I live with those things, man. Like, it was really in my head today, like everything I lost for not being on point. You know what I'm saying? That's why a Gerald and a Chris, and to somewhat Sonny Boy, y'all notice when I talk, I always like set people up, even if I'm trolling, right? Because that's how much on point I am now because of what that person did to me. Right. And like I tell people all the time, I have someone that really cares about me. And that person was like, yo, I hate that person now that I realize. But I always tell that person, I said, listen to me. The person that did that to me ain't losing no sleep because that person got to her objective. If y'all think for 1 second she's telling that guy, the next guy in her vagina, I played a black man and act like I loved him, right? No, I don't even exist. That's why you got to be responsible and accountable for yourself because no one is going to rescue you. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody.
No one is going to rescue you. And I had to fall on my sword with that. Luckily for me, I did it a little bit early in the game to where, I was able to rebound, but still, right? I'm looking at certain things and I'm like, yo, like I'm telling you, especially when I look at like Nike commercial, you see the same dude that used to call you every day. And then when you look at rappers, it's podcasts, like I'm talking about like these rappers now, like the same dudes that will be on your phone, you be like, man. So the point I'm making is this is why you have to take assessment totally. And these New York mosquitoes will pull up your shirt and bite you. Jesus. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, man. On my end, I don't know if Obsession want to say anything or Chris or y'all before we leave, but yeah, I mean, I just want men to understand. Listen, y'all, there is very few of us will get charity vagina.
Yeah, no one is coming to save you. Make your peace with that.
Yeah,
that's the number one thing. No one is coming to save you. There is no the silver lining is you.
That's a fact.
That's it. The silver lining is you. You have to put the work in. You have to figure it out. Write it down. Whatever your process is. Get serious about living. Get serious about putting your money together and start thinking about getting to the end of life comfortably. Right. That should be on the top of your list. Like, what is it going to look like in 20 years? What am I going to be doing in 20 years? Yeah. What kind of life will I have in 20 years? Stop worrying about what some chick said on a podcast that you didn't like.
Oh, Lord.
Right. Stop worrying about some clip that was floating around on the internet with some chick talking about how you don't qualify because you don't make a certain amount of money. All of those are distractions.
Yep.
And if you continuously feed your mind with shit like that, the only thing it's going to do is make you upset with these people and keep you distracted from doing what you need to do. So you got to get on your grind. That's the number one. First and foremost, start planning for your future. If you don't have a 10-year plan, you need to make one. And then when you make a 10-year plan, you need to make your 15 and your 20-year plan. Whatever it is, you have to save you. You're a man. You're a fucking man. No one is coming to save you. There is no help.
There is no.
When the Titanic is sinking, you're supposed to stay and sink with it while the women and children exit. They have a safety net. That's something you do not have as a man.
That's a fact.
So you have to get yourself together, work hard, stay focused, keep your head down, and just do what you got to do for you, man. And you know, I'll land there.
Yeah, and what he just said, I'll just say like this: the helping hand of God is at the end of your wrist. Till the fill, nigga. If ain't nobody gonna do it for you. And so with that being said, it's like with me, is the reason why y'all always hear me say richer, wiser, stronger. Every day I wake up, how do I get some more money? How do I get a little bit more enlightened, a little bit smarter? And how do I continue to perfect my body? You know, stay in shape, you know, work out. Listen, I hate going to the gym sometimes, but I go.
Listen, man, I get up in the morning, I hit that park.
Yep.
And I make it happen, man.
Yep.
All right, how many miles it said I went today? What the miles say right there? What's the distance?
I see 600 calories.
No, the distance. What's the distance? See, it says distance.
I see stand, move. I don't see distance.
It's right there by your thumb, brother.
Oh, there it is. I had to scroll up. It's basically 8 miles, 7.999 miles.
There you go, brother. You got to get out there and put that work in because you're getting older. You got to stay healthy, brother.
Listen.
Your health is your wealth.
Modern science. Listen, y'all. Modern science has. Listen, if I could look the way I look at my age, modern science, man. I'm telling you, like you gotta do it. You gotta do it, man. You gotta it's a part of being a man. If we're gonna be honest, it's a part of being a man. You know, it's a part of understanding that, you know, when I was in London a couple 3 months ago, someone said something to me like, they were like, yo, you just walk around like you own this place. And I'm like, what? You know, but I understood what they meant. Like, yo, I said, I don't fear anything. And that's how we got to be. We got to be fearless, but we also got to know we can't take no L's. If you post the age of 35, you can't be taking no big L's.
Nope. Nah.
That's a fact. The way America works now, where the only way you can kind of get money is have money and grow that money. If you just taking L's,
super fact.
And stop having kids you can't afford.
By women you don't really like and don't really like you.
Gotta wise up, man. I'm like, bro, if you out here and you ain't got a weapon not
facts.
A physical weapon, but your mind ain't, you know, on the grind. It ain't about growing. It ain't, you know, about smartening up. Like, bro, I don't know what you doing out here. No man should be complaining about anything if you have a destination on where you want to be.
I agree. I agree. And you know, like I said, that's why sometimes Obsession is busy and I get busy, and I'm so bad when I come to Brooklyn and do the show. Yeah. But then sometimes that's the hamster wheel, right? But that shows you the pursuit of overall happiness. Just think about the name of that movie. Mm-hmm. Pursuit of Happiness. This man was walking around with a bone scanner. Guess who left him with his? The wife left him with the kid.
Yep.
I'm off of this.
Bruh.
I'm off of this.
If you're not on point with that, like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? You can't fall off, man.
Nobody's coming to save you.
No one's coming to save you.
No remorse for you out here, man.
Bruh, listen. Now you know how I feel about Houston, Chris. Like I said, Houston is the only place where you got white women shaped like black women, Spanish women shaped like black women shaped like black women. But go to Houston and be on the north side with no bread. You ain't gonna have access to none of those women.
you getting turned down. They gonna laugh at you.
Bruh,
They gonna roast you. They do not care.
bruh, you can't get a drumstick at the turkey leg hunt if you ain't got no money. So that's just how it works.
Okay, all right, Chris, you in Houston, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, I've actually been looking because we talked before about that's where I'm going to ultimately end up is Texas.
Yeah.
I've been looking at Austin because
Austin.
of the diversity.
Yep. Austin
And that's the
growing
new
fast.
Silicon Valley. So
Yep.
Would that be a good move?
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you. I mean, you in New York, so it can't get more expensive than New York. But
that's a
Austin
fact.
is making leaps and bounds. Like Andre just said, that's the new Silicon Valley. That's
New
what they
Silicon
doing at.
Valley. Yep.
Beautiful place though, man. Beautiful place.
Well,
Nice
shit, I
houses.
don't I don't want to leave New York and pay New York prices.
No,
Well,
well,
look.
you ain't gonna pay New York price. It's just it's getting more expensive there.
Okay, so
Because
let's say
yeah.
I was planning on making a move. Let's say
Mhm.
by February,
Mhm.
March
Mhm.
of 24.
You good. You
Am I
good.
waiting too long?
No, you good. Cause you coming right in when it's starting to really flourish and grow. Um
Right.
and like
I
the
was
cost of living here compared to New York, two totally different worlds.
Yeah,
Right,
I
right.
know, I know. I was looking at Houston, but man, there's too many niggas in Houston, boy.
It's
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
It's a lot of niggas in
I've been
Houston.
See the
really
thing
thinking
about
about relocating to Austin. I'm not gonna lie. I've really been considering it.
Uh,
See, the thing about Austin though is that eventually it's going to be the most expensive because
Yeah.
Coachella,
Mm-hmm.
South by Southwest,
Yep.
the Penn Relays,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Even Joe Rogan has a studio in
Exactly. And you
Austin.
Yep.
know how the United States economy works. When
Mm-hmm.
you see the mass exodus into one city, then that city then becomes the unaffordable city,
Yeah,
right? And it's the same thing that happened in my favorite city, which is Toronto. All of the
Mm-hmm.
elites started to move to Toronto, which is like now, like you talking about Russian elites, Chinese elites, and the Indian elites. Done drove up. Now, mind you, Toronto was one of what you would call a safe haven for the working Ontario citizen because you got your pension, you were good. It's still a huge metropolis full of public transportation, great shopping, great food, great housing. Now, when you land in Toronto, everywhere skyscraper coming to ride because everybody they just passed a law that immigrants for the next, I think, 2 years, 3 years, cannot own a home in Toronto because that's how much they drove up the price,
Damn.
right? So when you look at Austin, where Apple, Google,
Mm-hmm.
and other subsidiaries moving into that area, and like I said, Penn Relays, South by Southwest, all these studios moving down there because of the lack of taxes. Yo, it's it's
It's
it's
a
it's,
sleeper
it's
city,
coming.
though. It's a sleeper city, and uh, San Antonio, even though
Mm-hmm.
most of the
Mm-hmm.
population is Mexican,
Yep.
San Antonio is gonna be the place where a lot of people are gonna start to move because it's not uh, it's not crowded
Right.
like Houston and a Dallas and like Austin is becoming to be.
Right.
There's a
Right.
heavy Mexican population, but a lot of people are moving to San Antonio too, especially a lot of engineers and a lot of doctors.
Mm-hmm. It's,
yeah.
it's a
Like
tweener
that
city.
South Belt.
Well, you know what? For the kind of work that I do, and like all the digital based stuff, all the media stuff.
Yeah.
From the research I've done,
Mm-hmm.
Austin looks like the best place for me.
Yeah.
But I wanted to kind of talk to someone who's in Texas and who could probably say, when with boots on the ground is different from what you hear and read.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Right.
why I was trying to kind of inquire, like, does a move to Austin make sense, or should I just tough it out with the niggas in Houston?
Hey, I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. Austin is gonna be the place, especially for the field you're in. It's going to be the hub of the United States because everybody
Yo.
that's migrating from Silicon Valley, they're going to Austin.
Yep. Yep.
Say no more.
And I'm gonna put you in a remind me. I'll text it to you tonight. My homegirl lives in Austin. She's born and raised there though. So I'm going to just put you with that.
Yeah, I'm planning on going down there next month.
Okay.
Go down there in May. Go have a look. See.
Perfect.
Okay.
Go see what.
Perfect. Listen, I mean, that's once again, man. That's what it is. Hey, Sonny boy, you want to say something before we go?
Yeah, I'm just listening, chiming in. You know, I like asking more questions than anything or answering questions. But I like what you're doing. I wish that you could have more of this going on, so that way we could have more space to have more conversations about this because it needs to be said. But other than
Yeah,
that,
no doubt.
I actually like everything everybody's doing. Tomorrow, the market's about to open. Free market is
Yes,
cracking.
sir. Yes,
AI
sir.
AI stocks is rising. So jump on
Yes,
them little
sir.
ones, get that money, and yeah, peace
You're
out.
talking my talk, Jack.
All right, man. Well, listen, man. I appreciate y'all.
Yep.
Appreciate Dre for coming through.
Yep.
You know, he is the captain of the ship. You know, so
Listen, don't forget the star of the show is out.
no, he is the captain of
Don't
the
forget
ship. So
that,
I'm
man.
just here. We
Look,
chilling.
he blessed me with his studio. Listen, you know, I just got to break open the roadcast a little bit more. I just been super busy. And,
Yeah, it only costs you a can of Coke, brother.
That's it.
Can of
It
Coke.
only costs a can of Coke. And listen, you can't complain. Listen, do for your brother. He's, you know, obsession comes from a Muslim side. And one of the rules of Islam is do for your brother as you do for yourself. So,
Shalom.
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Shukran. So, but yeah, I mean, that's what it is, man. I thought I wanted to do this 1 year thing because I wanted to really discuss like the variance that I started to see and you know, and how men have yet to adjust to what women have morphed into. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate all of y'all for rocking with us today, man. And thanks, Mo. Thank you, Mo, for being in the chat and talking your talk. I saw what you said when you said you like to switch up outfits. We're gonna have to contact. We gotta get your man on this show.
Yeah, shout to Mo. She, you know, I'm gonna have to have a conversation with Mo.
Yeah, we got it. We
gotta talk, Mo.
Yeah, Mo. You be throwing subliminals. You talking about? Yeah, I like to switch it up.
We gotta talk, Mo.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talking about you like to switch it up on a nigga. Nah, just.
She out here breaking ankles.
I'm about to go home and watch my Clippers get their ass beat. So I will see y'all.
All right.
Peace.
You know what? I'm gonna probably hit y'all up, y'all. I'm gonna probably hit y'all up this week, and I'll do it from my crib because I got the same studio now. So I'll try it on that, and we'll just have another conversation.
Yeah, man.
That's
all right, yo.
All right, peace.
All right.
All right, peace.